what is your overall thoughts on Artist Choice as a project?
I think it is a a good project that was maybe at times overly ambitious, but
Oh yeah.
it had the guts to like really push for it and finish out. I mean, it didn't get finished for its first jam or its second or its third, but
It got finished
the
though.
people behind the project were passionate enough to make it happen, and that's something special. And I enjoyed my time, recording for Ethan and helping out with um, the the coding. I regretted that I couldn't help more with the coding. I know Kumar was really struggling with getting enough people to help out with that, and I did all I could, but man, time constraints just hit hard. So that was tough, but kudos to everybody for sticking it out.
Yeah, honestly, because honestly, even without time constraints, it's literally passion. If you don't have passion, you're not gonna do it, even if you had the time. So like,
Right.
it's like if you guys didn't stick around to like do the voices, or like if people aren't gonna do their parts, it's like you can't go anywhere. So
Yeah,
it's like it's literally drive that pushes us forward. Like when I was doing my role as a director, I had to do stuff I didn't even know how to do. I'm like I gotta write.
Hey, you learn by doing though.
Exactly. I was like, I have to write. I was just like, okay. I was like, that's how you got those random moments where I was like, and then Arya learned binary. Like, 'cause I'm like, I guess I'm doing the comedy and all that extra stuff too. So it's like, yeah, okay, push yourself out of the comfort zone. How did you think I did as a director? Because it's my first time directing.
I thought you did well. I mean, you say you didn't know like how to do a lot of the things. I mean, as I came into it, I didn't know you weren't the director, and I didn't know you hadn't directed stuff before. So take that with pride.
Yeah.
That you did a good job. And I mean, a large part of being a director is, delegating tasks and, keeping everybody on track. And I mean, it's hard to keep everybody on track when it's a passion project that is on a volunteer basis. But I know you did your utmost to make sure that everybody was, accountable for the things they said they'd be able to do, and you delegated the tasks that, people were expecting to be able to do. And I mean, I think you put the right people in the right place and, helped move things along very well.
I appreciate that. I know now voice acting's the last thing we do. Oh my goodness. That was like one of the things that also low-key kind of kept us moving. I was like, we cannot do this and not put the voices in after we said we got all these voice actors. Like, what the It's like,
Yeah.
Imagine if you're like, hey, you know what? We don't need you because we can't put the voices.
I did worry about that a little bit. I was like, man, like, is it even going to happen? There were some parts of my brain that had kind of written off that it was going to happen in the first place, but it did. It certainly did.
JJ's not a quitter. I was literally finding every way possible. Like, we'll figure this out. What is your most proud performance in Artist Choice? Like a moment you can recall that you voiced as
Ethan? Off the top of my head, I think the sad boy moment at the rejection is probably one of my, favorites. Just like the defeat of, oh. But I also really liked the part when Ethan is like just about to, or is like confessing to Arya like outside of Silver's Manor, and then gets completely interrupted by Silver interjecting at the time. I think that whole section was really fun. And then I did really enjoy talking about Ethan and Silver's past. I can't remember what exactly was um, final submission for the lines there, but I remember I was trying pretty hard to go back and forth and like, okay, now do I put on like a silly voice to try to do like the impressions of Silver or anything like that, and that was a fun time trying to get there. But I think I think that part came together and didn't feel like too silly, but had some levity in it.
What kind of roles or genres are you drawn to work for one voice actor?
It's hard to say. I enjoy working in, you know, somewhere that has like the ability to kind of flex and move in multiple different directions. So somewhere that's got, you know, levels of action. I know I've been trying to work on getting better at doing like action noises, and that's always interesting, trying to find the right way to just express something without words. It's hard but rewarding when you get it right. I enjoy being silly characters. I enjoy, you know, comedy elements, but adding in like depth in there for the drama, for the punch to the gut that, you know, you don't expect necessarily from someone being silly. So I like a lot of things. I don't think I have one thing I'm particularly drawn to, but I will say I do enjoy like fantasy worlds. I enjoy horror series. Those are always fun. If I get to scream out, it's a good time.
If you could voice any character from any game or visual novel, who would it be and why?
That one's real hard. Look, if Pokemon games ever, like, outside of like the Masters EX games come into play, I'd love to be someone from Pokemon.
Larry,
like maybe a gym leader or something like that. Dude, Larry, bro, that'd be amazing. But if it's like a game that I've played before, if I was like in the shoes to have been that character, oh god, I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I've been, just because it was one of my favorite games as a kid, the Sly Cooper series. Like, if I could be Sly Cooper, that'd be sick. Not only because we share the name, but because I just really, really love those games.
What's your favorite voice to do?
God. Of characters I've actually voiced, or just voices that I like to do to either just do them or annoy people?
Any, however you want to answer
I enjoy doing the Smeagol voice. It's fun.
that. Sounds like Stitch.
Okay, yeah, that one maybe a little Stitch. My Smeagol might be off today.
Do you have a funny moment?
Potatoes.
Do you have a funny moment from Arya's Choice?
Oh god, it's been long enough that I do not remember the like the bloops or anything like that. I'm sure I have some point where I just like choked all over myself trying to do something, but or maybe there was like I feel like I remember there was like some moment where I had some like really weird like croak come out of my throat, and it was just like a weird little throat noise that I could not explain or repeat for the life of me, but I think I like saved that off and have it just like a little sound bite somewhere on my machine, just waiting, and it's just like that was weird, but I don't think I have any moment that I'm particularly like, oh man, I really flubbed this line, or went like too haywire on something. I'd have to look back.
What about like a funny moment in game, like as in it made you laugh when you saw it?
Huh. trying to think. I think it was comical having the explanation of what silver was like to Ethan before, than him just being nonchalant about it. That is always fun. And then there's the just the interactions with Misa, just being like, "Oh yeah, no, hey Misa, can you do this for me?" And she's just like, "Do it yourself."
Do it yourself, you little bum.
I can't do that for you. It's like, no, do it.
I don't feel like it today. In the sequel, she's just like, doing it. That sounds complicated. I shall not.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned like her being like a bot having to do with Rent a Girlfriend and Lloyd, is it the upcoming project?
Yeah.
Lloyd's Playbook.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Arcade Spirits?
I have not.
Or is it Arcade Spirits? No, is it oh crap, is it Arcade Spirits? Oh poop, I can't remember what it is. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Yeah, Arcade Spirits. Yeah. That's a fun visual novel that has an AI in there that is like a matchmaker. So, kind of reminds me there. And Misa, adamantly refusing to be the matchmaker. I don't know. Maybe Ethan would add that functionality at some point.
Be like, I see matchmaker functionality. Sounds complicated. Denied.
Deleted. What?
Delete.
That was 300 hours. Too bad.
That was the whole purpose of you. Does not compute. Oh, your recording process. Setup, recording schedule, etc.
Well, so my recording setup has kind of like shifted and adjusted over the last like several years, but at my house I've got in my office I've got a closet that I just like put up a bunch of acoustic foam and a few panels and stuff like that to like really help deaden the reverberation in there. And it was actually, I think, earlier last year that I actually switched up my microphone. I had a Rode NT1 microphone for what I think it was the 1A, but I ended up switching to something because I had someone comment that's like, maybe that doesn't fit your voice so well. I'm like, well, crap. Okay, let me try something else. And then went to find some stuff, got a new microphone, got a new interface, and kind of up to the game in my booth. That was like pretty much right before, doing recording for this. So that was nice. It's been fun to get in there, but oh God, I think the biggest frustrations with, my recording process is there's no airflow into that thing. So if I'm in there for too long, I am sweating buckets. And if it is, dead of winter or heat of summer, the air conditioner, it has a really unfortunate positional disadvantage, position like just outside a floor down from my booth. So like there's like a persistent whine that comes through that I've usually been able to hear in recordings. It's gotten better, but man, it's really annoying because I literally just have to like take 5 minutes, wait for it to shut off before I continue, or the neighbor's dog barks or something like that. It's always annoying when the recording process gets interrupted, but overall, I get a decent amount of time, and I mean, I'm honestly pretty proud of the noise floor being pretty low and getting good quality.
I have 4 questions left. How did you get into voice acting?
All right. Well, I think most people who are into voice acting are probably at some point going to say, well, when I was a kid, I really enjoyed doing goofy voices. And that's definitely true. Always enjoyed doing goofy voices, but I didn't really think too hard about, you know, the work that went into providing voices for video games and TV shows and commercials and all manner of things until I was like partway through college. I was just like walking through trying to find something else to do with my time that wasn't strictly video games and study, and I ran into that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Kind of put a pin in that, and then like after I got out of college, I just decided I'm just gonna try a few things. I might sign up for a class here or there, and pretty much just started throwing out auditions on Casting Call Club, and just kind of expanded where I look for auditions and what I do, taking a fair number of classes, but I've just been kind of slowly building up my repertoire over a number of years, and yeah, just kind of got started by doing, just being like, yeah, this is something I really want to do, and I've just gotten more into it over the last ever since then.
What advice would you give to aspiring voice actors and the challenges that come with voice acting?
Practice is your best friend. I know some people will get discouraged as well and just be like, I'm not getting any better. I'm not booking more roles. I've personally hit like tons of walls, especially I feel like I've hit a lot of walls lately where I'm just like, I'm not really booking anything. But a big thing to note is that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not good or good enough. It just means that in any particular moment, someone, you just may not have fit what was being looked for, but it means you can always improve your game too. So there's something out there for you. There's always going to be something out there for you because there's a near infinite number of projects, and you're gonna land that role. You're gonna be able to get better. You're going to be able to work with really cool people, and it's not about booking everything instantly. It's not one of those things where if you don't break into it quick, then you're stuck in limbo forever. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody moves at their own pace. Some launch off like rockets, and some slow burn and eventually build up. There's a ton of people that would have started a lot later in life and they've still made it and had amazing careers, and anybody can do it. You can do it. It's just how much do you want to put into it? And if you're ready to put a lot into it, you can go far.
What is your favorite video game or visual novel memorable voice acting role? Or in general with voice acting, like anime voice acting performances?
What would be my favorite? God, as I try to think of like what I've found the most incredible, like my entire brain just shuts off, and like the switch for yeah, talk about this kind of thing. It's just, that's gone. What would I find to be the most like fun? Yeah, damn, my brain just said, nope, you can't recall anything right now.
Ethan Nakamura from Artist Choice.
But I think if I were to pick like what some of my favorite, and you're talking about like just having listened to, you know, a series, like what's a time when I had like the best vibe from the voice acting, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just to go off recent experience, I would definitely put it to Arcane. Like Arcane has had like such a massive impact, and all those actors were absolutely incredible. I think Silco in Arcane is probably one of my absolute favorite characters, and he gave an incredible performance. I don't know if you've watched Arcane.
I have not. I heard so much about it. I just have not seen it.
It is 100% worth a watch.
Chat would probably make me watch that one day. We'll see. Probably still won't watch it. I don't know. Maybe if I really want to. Maybe if I really want to.
One of us.
Finally, where can people find your information about your work and so forth? Social media.
I'm not a super active person on social media, but on the website formerly known as Twitter, you can find me as Mattingham_VA. If you want to go to my website, you can go to barrelofvoices.com. And there's some contact information there, a couple little voice snippets that I'm in progress of improving at all times. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me.
Okay, I appreciate this interview. If you want to send me your links, I could put them down in the description if people want to find you. And I hope to see you in the future in future projects.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Ethan Nakamura really stole the show for some people. I still don't know if I'm Team Damien or Team Ethan yet, honestly. I'm like, who do I ship?
That's okay, I'll make the decision for you. You're Team Ethan.
No. We'll see. Let's see if there's even a sequel.
Let's see.
Let's see. With that being said, this is JJBEATS signing out. You have a good one. Bye-bye.
Peace.